Monster Jam fans, welcome to TIAA Bank Field as Stadium Championship Series Yellow prepares for Week 11 here in Jacksonville, Florida. We've got an action-packed one event here, and I'm kind of excited for just one show. It's a little change of pace. I get to focus on just one event. I don't really need to, I don't need to put in too much effort in trying to make both shows equally exciting. I could put all my energy in making just one show incredibly exciting, and I'm so happy to do that. It's nice. It's a nice little change of pace to take an extra hour out of recording as we get ready for one event here in Jacksonville. Let's meet the drivers competing right here in this event. Starting it off, the two members from Team Throttle Monster that are here representing in Jacksonville that you just saw on the screen. Paul Jensen's here in Jurassic Attack, and Mike Christensen is here in Vendetta. Then we start off the Team Scream Parade. Craig Champion is here in El Toro Loco. He is followed by Preston Perez and Axe. Preston Perez has been phenomenal this season. He has really come into his own. Then the next two members of Team Scream begin this next four. We have Jim Kohler, the leader of Team Scream himself, here in Avenger. He is also joined by Corey Rummel and Megalodon. Then we get into a driver who's been doing great in her first year in stadiums, Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune, and Bari Musauer, who has been killing it in Zombie this year. Then Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt, who has been rocking it out all season long. He's got some of the most wins in Monster Jam Stadium tours this year. He's followed by Camden Murphy, who's red hot in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger has been spectacular in all three competitions this year, and Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger leading this tour, and quite dominantly. Let's get into Monster Jam racing right here in Jacksonville. Back in the near lane, we have starting off Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt, and in the far lane, it is Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune. Charlie Pauken has looked really good this season. In the racing competition, he's got 3 wins there so far this year. Kayla Blood still hunting for number 1, and she is going to spin out in that final turn, preventing her from number 1 as Charlie Pauken's off to round number 2. We'll see Kayla cross over that finish line. Now we're on to the next race. Now Mike Christensen in Vendetta takes on Bari Musauer in Zombie. These two are off. Bari Musauer hunting that first racing win of the year. He has never been known as a racer, but for those that really have watched Monster Jam for a while know that he is a very sneaky racer. He doesn't have the racing wins to back up that, but he has always been one of the better, and if not best, racers in Monster Jam. Looking smooth here in round 1. He's got a spot in that second round as Mike Christensen will have to head back to the pits. Matchup of 2 independents, Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack and Jim Kohler in Avenger. These two, well, they're 1-1 in their stadium history against each other, so the winner will break the tie. Neither of them have a racing win this year, so that's also in the back of their minds, trying to maybe get that first racing win. Kohler is going real fast around that final turn, but it's not going to matter. It's all Paul Jensen, Jurassic Attack, off to the second round. Here's the second round. Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt pulls up to the line against Corey Rummel and Megalodon. These two creatures have gone head-to-head plenty of times this year. Charlie Pauken holds a 4-3 advantage in their head-to-head battles, so Corey Rummel wants to even that up. I've said it every week this year too. Corey Rummel hunting that first racing win of the year. Maybe this week's the week. It is not going to be the week. Charlie Pauken's going to the semifinals, says Corey Rummel. Not going to get it this time. This is a good battle. Bari Musauer and Zombie takes on Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson 8-3 in his career against Bari Musauer. But Musauer, those 3 wins. Don't let that fool you. Again, a good driver, but Ryan Anderson's got a lead, but he has a really sloppy final turn, not much speed going through it, but he makes it up at the end and heads on to the semis. Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack now takes on Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. Boy, what a win this could be for Paul Jensen if he could pull it out. We saw Paul Jensen go to the final round last week in Miami. He is just getting all up on 2 wheels there in that turn. A real struggle for him to get through there. Camden Murphy also with his own troubles, but he makes it through and is off to the semifinals, so no big win there for Paul Jensen. Unfortunately, could not quite snag that back-to-back final round performances in back-to-back weeks. Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger makes his first appearance of the day in Gravedigger. His opponent is Preston Perez, an axe who has absolutely left the line. I don't know if that's a red light for Tyler Menninga, but nonetheless, that was absolutely dominant off the line. It was not a red light, so that is just straight up got him. Preston Perez trying to make up a lot of ground, but it is going to be absolutely for naught as Tyler Menninga was in control from the start here in Jacksonville. Now the semifinals. Charlie Palkin and Monster Mutt goes head-to-head with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. We're one step closer to crowning a racing winner tonight here at TIAA Bank Field, and these two certainly no strangers to winning. As I mentioned earlier, Palkin has 3 racing wins this year. Ryan Anderson leads all of Monster Jam with 7 stadium racing wins here in 2022. So Ryan Anderson has been Mr. Consistent. He's been good so far tonight. A beautiful final turn, and he is all locked in tonight, and Ryan Anderson's off to the final round. The next pairing here of this semifinal round, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. Who's going to take it home and go to the final round? These two are 4-4 head-to-head in their Monster Jam Stadium careers in racing, so only one can have that lead in the head-to-head battles, and right now it is proving to be just as close as the record entails. And Camden Murphy a mistake, but the little propellants from that bump got him the speed to win it, and Camden Murphy is off to the final round as his racing success continues. He has been so good in that competition lately, and man oh man has it been paying off as he is back with another trip to the final round of racing right here in Jacksonville. Fans, it is that time. It is time to crown a racing winner here in Jacksonville. 12 trucks enter the bracket and only one can hold that trophy up at the end of the day. Let's meet the drivers competing for that trophy. In the near lane, the two-time Monster Jam World Finals champion. He leads the stadium tours this year with 7 racing wins, 3 more than anyone else. He has been bad fast tonight. It is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Now this next man in the far lane has been fast tonight as well. He has not been clean. He's been using that final turning bump to his advantage. He has won all 4 of his racing competitions this year within the last 8 competitions. That is good for 500. I mean, he's 50% of the last 8 competitions. Camden Murphy's winning. He is in the far lane in the Bakugan Dragonoid. These two are looking for an incredible final round race right here in Jacksonville. Ryan Anderson holds a 12-9 advantage against Camden Murphy in their careers at the stadium level, and only one of them can be victorious here tonight. Off the line, Ryan Anderson's already got a lead entering that first turn. He has been taking these turns a little bit differently than everyone else, and it has paid off for him tonight as he has a big lead now heading into the final turn. Camden Murphy gets up on 2 wheels. He's going wide. It is all Ryan Anderson as his night. It was pretty much destiny from the beginning. You could feel it from the start that tonight was going to be another night that Ryan Anderson wins it in Monster Jam Racing. Make that 8 stadium racing wins this year for Ryan Anderson, and that is now his 19th competition win in Monster Jam in stadiums in 2022, which is also the highest at the stadium level. So Ryan Anderson dominating the Monster Jam Stadium circuit here in 2022. That is it for racing. Let's get into skills. So here is skills. The skills competition is always a very exciting one. You can do either 2 two-wheel moves or 1 donut, and Kayla Blood starts us off to give a demonstration of some 2-wheel moves here, as she is the first of 12 trucks to come out. Going for a popper on the racing lane. Couldn't quite get it into reverse. That's 1 hit for Soldier Fortune. She has done a lot of different moves this year between sky wheelies, poppers. She loves those sky wheelies, though. Looks like that's what she's lining up for here, where she goes up, gives it a kiss, backs up, and sets up for a big sky wheelie. Nice sky wheelie. Going over, though, and that is the end of the run for Soldier Fortune. Too bad. And it's a 4.815, her score. Not where she wants it to be. Second up, Vendetta, Mike Christensen. Hits the jammer, and a nice slap wheelie there for hit number 1. Now, he does not have any skills wins this year. This tour has been pretty dominant with just 2 drivers. They've taken up most of the wins on this tour. On the right side, a nice bicycle for Vendetta. The score comes in at a 5.217, and that takes the lead. Here's Jim Kohler in Avenger, that gorgeous green Avenger truck. Every week, it's just great to see him put pretty trucks out there on the track. A nice little stoppie for hit number 1. He changes it up every week. I love it. And, you know, because he's doing that, it's making the green body that much more special, as opposed to in the past where sometimes it might get a little stale. Not this year. I'm really liking the green this year. And while, yes, you know, we love the Jim Kohler custom bodies at the World Finals, and we know he's going to make one, this would be the one year that I wouldn't be so disappointed if he just ran the green body, because it's something different. Obviously, he's not going to. Nice sky wheelie, past vertical there, stuffs it in the rear end, and it's sitting there on the top of the pod. I think he's stuck. I think Jim Kohler's stuck. Jim Kohler is officially stuck on top of the pod. That sends in Craig Champion and El Toro Loco. He's done some pretty cool skills moves this year. Gets the smoke blowing out the nostrils and is underway. He's had some really interesting skills. He's had a lot of really interesting moves this year in general. I must say, he has certainly overperformed expectations. Tried for a popper, couldn't quite get it. Oh, by the way, Avenger's score is an 8.054. I forgot to mention that. I was so stuck on the fact that he was stuck that it was pretty, just kind of went right over my head. So he is the new leader, as he should have been. Craig Champion going right back for the same exact hit, and he wants to get some vengeance on that stoppie. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, there you go. He got it that time. A lot better of a second hit. And El Toro Loco will settle with a 6.160. That's second place, 4 trucks in. Now here's Corey Rummel and Megalodon stopping it. Using that same lip that everyone else is. Moonwalking it right up the ramp. A very good hit number 1. The advantage for Corey Rummel here is that, well, he is coming out early in this competition. He has come out pretty late in a lot of these competitions this season because he typically does well in racing. And that tends to hurt him because he oftentimes does pretty good moves that get underscored because we saw other people do some really awesome things. So this should be a time that he gets scored pretty evenly. Lining up for the second hit. He's done a lot of these weird kind of flip around bicycles recently. And that is the bicycle for Megalodon. That second hit not necessarily as good as the first, but it still takes the lead though at an 8.141. I'd say that's a pretty fair score. Zombie time. Bari Musauer now out and running here in skills. Going for the jammer. Let's see if he can execute that slap wheelie. Yes, he does. Dragging that tail. The king of the wheelies of 2022 continues his wheelie dominance. He's wheelie good at those wheelies. I'm sorry. I just made 90% of you either turn the stream off or cringe beyond belief. I do take responsibility for that. Oh, nice little reverse jammer action. backside of the jammer action, rather, and that's a solid second hit. Zombie gets an 8.004, so your leader, though, still Megalodon. There's now a dinosaur on the track as Jurassic Attack, piloted by Paul Jensen, goes for his skills moves. No one's done a donut yet tonight. Paul Jensen was typically the one that would be good for that every once in a while, but he's not doing it today. He gets a stoppie for hit number 1. I love the purple rims and beadlocks. Or they're either purple or blue. Whatever that color is. It's like a purplish blue after that sky wheelie. It's just, it fits so well with the truck. I love what they've done with it. He will settle. I believe they're blue because it's the Kamikaze chassis. So Jurassic Attack gets a 6.040. Now here is Preston Perez and Axe. Preston Perez has really upped his skills game this season over the course of the season. It's been impressive to see what he can do. I have sufficiently enjoyed watching him grow across this competition this year. Still no donuts today. A lot of the usual suspects that do them have come out already, so we might not get any. Little stoppie. 1 hit in the books. He still has 1 hit to go. Lining up, it looks like, for a bicycle on the racing lane. He is taking a weird angle at it. Very strange angle, but let's see how it works. Not getting lots of run up here, but he gasses it into the bicycle. A little aggressive on that bicycle from Max. To 6.288. Out comes Charlie Paukin. Monster Mutt doing the skills competition. Little stoppie and a moonwalk. Didn't quite get much from it. He combos it, though. Puts it into a wheelie. A little mini combo. Wasn't much, though, unfortunately. So he's going to really have to step it up for hit number 2. Megalodon, though, still on the top with an 8.141. So as I mentioned earlier, he had been pretty underscored throughout most of the first part of this season. But getting a high score today, high enough to keep him in the top spot for a little while. Bicycle for Monster Mutt, walking this thing way into the turn. And through the turn, almost, and that is it. Monster Mutt takes the lead at an 8.557. The fans really like that one. He's in the top spot. That brings in Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, the man who holds 8 skills wins this year. Tied for the most in Monster Jam at the stadium level. Going for a stoppie. He's tied with Ryan Anderson, who's also on this tour. The two of them have 16 skills wins out of 18 shows entering this weekend, which is unbelievable. The other 2 belong to Camden Murphy, and Tyler Menninga proving right here why he has 8 skills wins. A beautiful moonwalk into wheelie combo. I mean, I said it last week, he is just so good at it, I'm just not even fazed anymore. I mean, the things he does are just mind-boggling. And it doesn't even, I mean, it's incredible. He is just so good, and we almost take it for granted. We expect these things out of Tyler Menninga now. Going for the racing lane, a bicycle. More dominance. Oh my, walking it into the turn! Through the turn, and getting a little moonwalk out of it. Oh wow. That was a move from Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, and it gets him a 9.377 as he sets himself up beautifully for the rest of this competition. So now the man with the only other 2 skills wins of the season on this tour, it is Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. The only person not named Ryan Anderson or Tyler Menninga who have won this competition. Just goes to show you how good he has been this year. That is why. Beautiful moonwalk. Walking it on the top of the pod. Sheds the nose off. And a little save, too, to prevent it from going over and to earn himself a second hit. That is a very good first move from the Bakugan Dragonoid, but still 1 to go. Going for the backside of the racing lane now. He hasn't done this much this year. He's opted to do the stoppie on other moves, so we'll see if he can really nail this hit. Gets it down on the front two wheels. The truck turned a little bit, but not enough to really hurt him. This is looking really good. What a fantastic stoppie. Camden Murphy absolutely tearing it up right now. That is quietly one of the better skills runs he has had this year. And it's a 9.241 and puts him right there in second place behind Gravedigger. And now your racing winner, Tyler Menninga's biggest enemy on this tour, Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Tyler Menninga at the top of this competition with a 9.377. The two of these guys tied for the most skills wins in stadium competition this year. And Ryan Anderson walking a bicycle into the turn. That's one hit. He's going to have to put down an incredible second hit, though, if he wants to take down what Tyler Menninga did. What's he doing here? Oh, he's going to do a bicycle on that side. Okay, he typically goes to the center of the track from the outside. Now he's going to go from the inside to the outside. Going on the side. Little sidewalls. Oh boy, flipping over, and he can't save it. So, Son of a Digger's run, not necessarily the best. It's a 7.978. So, your winner here in skills, Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. That is now 9 skills wins this year in stadiums for Tyler Menninga, and it brings his total stadium competition win up to 17. He is now 2 behind Ryan Anderson still for the most competition wins at the stadium level here in 2022. Quite the battle between these two guys on Stadium Championship Series Yellow, but let's get into some freestyle. Leading off in Monster Mutt, Charlie Pauken, ready to roll here in TIAA Bank Field, the first of 12 trucks here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Starting it off with a wheelie. Now he had to come out here early because he didn't get a score last week, so he finished in last. Unfortunate for him. Pauken this year, 3 freestyle wins. He has been all over the board this season. He's been able to do a lot of really good things. 6 total competition wins here in 2022. Oh boy, hits the backflip on the jump, and that is going to be a hard ending for Monster Mutt. He gets past that 30-second requirement, but that score very low at a 5.974. Tough break for Charlie Pauken. Now it is Mike Christensen Vendetta bringing his truck out here for freestyle after what Charlie Pauken just threw out there. So it's going to be a low bar to jump over from the beginning of the competition, with Pauken getting knocked out fairly early. Now this is Mike Christensen's first ever appearance at TIAA Bank Field. This venue has held some of the most special moments in Monster Jam history. Jacksonville, always an incredible time. I mean, the memories here at this stadium. I miss those days of Jacksonville Monster Jam. It was always a blast. And it was all right here in this venue. He's having some rear steer issues. I don't know if that's going to cost him the run. It may. It's too bad, though, because he was off to a fairly good start, but I mean, the truck just kind of gave out on him. It's not like he had a really hard hit or anything. He just kind of locked up. Yeah, they're going to call it quits. Too bad. It's a 5.592, so Charlie Pauken will stay in first. Now a guy who could take that lead away fairly quickly, it is Preston Perez and Axe. His first time ever here in Jacksonville. Nice slab wheelie. That was absolutely beautiful. More nice air. Preston Perez this year has been, and I say it every single week, but I'm going to keep on saying it, he's just done so well in his first year at the stadium level. If there was a showdown this year, for those that don't know what a showdown is a competition of drivers before the Monster Jam. Oh no! Oh my! Nice wheelie! Spun that thing around! Very good hit from Axe. That's the highlight of the show so far in this freestyle competition. So the showdown is a combination of drivers that have never been in the Monster Jam World Finals before, that compete in a racing competition before the World Finals, and the winner gets the final spot in the World Finals lineup. But they're not doing that this year because, well, it's a much smaller group of trucks this year. There are not many new drivers that have never been in the World Finals before. Whatever their reason is, I don't know, they just opted to do away with the showdown this year. Whether that be the way it's going to be going forward, who knows? But Preston Perez for sure would have been a lock for that competition this year had there been one. We're still a little over 2 months away from the Monster Jam World Finals. I believe it's actually 2 months away from this weekend. So it feels like a long time, but trust me, it's going to get here real fast. Axe is all done. It's a 7.997, a very good run from Preston Perez here in Jacksonville in his first time here in this stadium. Now it's Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. This is his first appearance here in this venue. Jumping right out of the box over the racing lane. It's also Jurassic Attack's first ever time in this venue, which is very interesting considering that this venue has been holding shows for over 22 years. Whoa! Hard landing for Jurassic Attack. He's going on a wild ride. And his run is over. And that is not going to complete the minimum time for a score either. Tough break for Paul Jensen. While he went out in style, it is not a good finish for that truck here. Unfortunately, he's going to have to pull back for the weekend and have to wait until the next time they're out here. That brings up Craig Champion and El Toro Loco. Also his first time here in Jacksonville. However, this truck has been here plenty. Been here numerous times since 2005. It was the first time it was ever here. Nice air. Craig Champion utilizing the floor already. He loves to use those jammers to his advantage. Yeah, you see right there, May 21st and 22nd, the Monster Jam World Finals in Orlando. It is almost here. We are 2 months, a little over 2 months into the Monster Jam season, so cut that in half. It's where we are right about now. I'd say maybe 2 weeks ago would have been the halfway point in the season. Maybe last week was the halfway point in the season. We've had so many shows so far this year. It's crazy to say that we're only halfway done, but that's what happens when you have a World Finals at the end of May. It's a very long season. But I love it. The more shows, the better. Champion's having a very good run so far. He's utilizing the whole track. Oh no, that is definitely not a good move from El Toro Loco. Just kind of flopped it right over. It's a 7.154, not enough for the lead. Now representing the truck that's bad to the bone for 40 years, it's Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga, as I mentioned, 17 competition wins this year. 6 of them have come right here in Monster Jam Freestyle. He is actually leading all Monster Jam Stadium drivers with 6 freestyle wins this year. So he has been the freestyle king so far in 2022, trying to continue that right here in Jacksonville. Oh, he's been shut off. That's a problem. This is his first time here in Jacksonville. However, Gravedigger has been here plenty. It has been here every single show since 2000. We're going to get that truck refired. Back and running. Gravedigger ready to go. Getting himself back and rolling. Nice air. So now Tyler Menninga going to drive with a little bit of frustration after having about 45 seconds taken away from his adrenaline. But again, the man that leads Monster Jam Stadium drivers in freestyle wins. He has certainly been very good this year in this competition. He's continuing a good run so far here in Jacksonville. Your current leader is still Preston Perez and Axe with a 7.997, so gotta be sweating a little bit as Tyler Menninga launches it again. Continues to just get big air throughout this entire track. These fans here in Jacksonville awaiting a potential great Gravedigger moment to cement this night in history. Jacksonville, always been a great time for Monster Jam. It was the home of the very first Monster Jam backflip in competition. Going for the backflip, stuffs it in. Unfortunately, though, a little too under-rotated, and that truck is done. Gravedigger will have to settle for an 8.770. Not tonight, necessarily, for Tyler Menninga. Here's Corey Rummel and Megalodon. He has himself a freestyle win this year. Actually, his only competition win has come in freestyle in 2022. Just kind of surprising, but he's on a very competitive tour this year. Typically good for a couple racing wins, but like I said, he has just not had luck on his side in racing. He always has been very fast on this track, but unfortunately the wins have just not backed it up. So maybe he can add in a win here in freestyle. Really haven't seen anyone throw down a complete run other than Preston Perez. So I'd say all Corey Rummel needs to do right now, just fill the clock, go for a backflip, and you should have a pretty good score ahead of you. Nice air, launching it to the center of the track. He got a lot of really big air off of that move. That hasn't given some elevation this year like we just saw him get. Oh my, get a little on the ragged edge here. And again, getting a lot of big air. So I mentioned in the last few weeks, he has been staying away from getting that big air in the run, going for more technical moves, and it was really hurting his scores. I think he might have heard me say that, because this has been a very different freestyle than what we've seen Corey Rummel do in the last few weeks. The Shark going for the backflip. Here we go. Landed it. Hard landing on the backside. I believe he broke something back there. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't think he did, because he's still running. So we completed the backflip, and this has been a really good run for Corey Rummel. Time is up, so this move doesn't count, but it's still fun. Oh my, hard hit on the right side, but the truck's still going. And he will end it right there. Megalodon, what a run for Corey Rummel. And the score is a 9.546. So maybe tonight will be the night that Corey Rummel grabs his second freestyle win of the season, as that is a great score. And what a great freestyle here in Jacksonville. Here's Kayla Blood, Soldier Fortune, ready to freestyle. She's got herself a freestyle win this year. It's been a very good year in the freestyle department for her, that's for sure. She's come a long way from the start of this season. Some more nice air to the center. Soldier Fortune has been here once. That was in 2018. Chad Fortune was behind the wheel. That was a fantastic show in 2018. Those that remember, I mean, not only has Jacksonville hosted a great show pretty much every year ever. Oh, nice stoppie. I mean, 2018, just because I'm thinking about it, was one of the greatest. Morgan Kane had a phenomenal freestyle. Soldier Fortune had an incredible save. I mean, it was an amazing show. The Jacksonville that always stands out to me was 2020. It was one of the last shows before the Monster Jam went away, and it was such an incredible show to go out on. I mean, the moves that happened. Morgan Kane had a phenomenal show there as well. I believe Nick Pagliarulo also had a great show that day. I mean, it was an amazing way to cap off Monster Jam for the time being. And I mean, we were able to look back at that show a lot and say, man, we were pretty lucky that we got to end Monster Jam for the time with that show, or come close to it. Lining up for the backflip ramp. Oh boy, twisting in the air, and Soldier Fortune's done with plenty of time left on the clock. It's an 8.457. Tough break for Caleb Blood. The two-time World Finals Freestyle Champion, Jim Kohler, an Avenger, is here in Jacksonville, and he is now ready to freestyle this bright green Chevy Bel Air. He is off with a nice wheelie to start off his 2 minutes. Jim Kohler, one of the veterans in this field. And I didn't get to mention Charlie Pauken's appearances here because he got knocked out pretty early in his run. But Pauken was here in 2002, 2003, and then he didn't come back for 16 years. 2019 was his only other time here before this event. Jim Kohler, fairly similar. He was here from 2005 through 2009. And then was here in 2011. So he was here pretty consistently from 05 through 2011, minus that 2010 show. So he was here when Cam McQueen did the backflip. But then he didn't come back for 10 years. He was here in Jacksonville last year, and that was the first time since 2011. So Kohler did not get the chance to drive here for those 10 years. Both he and Charlie Pauken had long-awaited returns, and now he's back for the second straight year. And as I mentioned in El Paso when Kohler had come back for the first time in a while, that it's always cool when a driver gets to make a return to a place that they haven't been to in a while, because, you know, sometimes the fans remember you, and especially in a place like Florida, and especially Jacksonville, one of the true homes of Monster Jam. You know, these fans here are really die-hard Monster Jam fans, and I'm sure most of them remember Kohler being here in 2011, and some even from 2005. He's had a very good run so far, too. He doesn't have a competition win yet this year, so you know he's really gunning for that. It would make him nothing but proud. But he is going for the mini flip, trying to make something happen. Another one just under-rotated. Too bad. We've had a lot of failed backflips tonight, and Avenger's the next victim at a 7.027, a little underscored. I think the fans are a little frustrated with some of these short runs here in Jacksonville. Enter Dragonoid as Camden Murphy roars onto the track. He hits the racing lane and he is underway. Camden Murphy, another driver, making his first appearance in Jacksonville in this iconic home. Now, Camden Murphy's still hunting that first freestyle win of the year. It has just not come easy for him in this competition so far in 2022, so maybe today can be the day that he adds on to his already fairly large total competition wins. I mean, he already has 7 competition wins here in 2022, so a freestyle win, I'm sure, would make him nothing but thrilled. He had a nice save in the skills competition. It ripped the nose off of the truck, which is why all that's left is, well, the rest of the truck. It seems to be a common occurrence with Camden Murphy behind the wheel. He loves to destroy the front end of this thing. Known for absolutely demolishing the front housing. Oh boy, hard landing, but he's able to get through it. Nice save. He's sending this truck a lot around the track. Tyler Menninga had a good run, but he wasn't able to take the lead. He had a very similar run to what Camden Murphy has right now. But at the top spot is Corey Rummel and Megalodon, who had a lot of nice air, but he really got those points from the backflip, which Camden Murphy's going for here. Hits the backflip, and another one just under-rotated. He completely destroyed that front 4-link bar on that front right, and the score reflects a 7.871. Here comes Mari Musauer now in Zombie as he gets big air off of the jammer. That's announcing your presence. Got some real vertical leap there from Musauer. And again, flying right over that racing lane. Musauer has 4 freestyle wins this year, and they're the only competition wins he's had in 2022, and they have been pretty good ones at that. 2 of them came back in San Diego. He also managed to snag freestyle wins in the final Anaheim show and the first El Paso show. So when he wins freestyle, they come in back-to-backs. Nice big air from Zombie. Oh boy, going for a wild ride, and he's been shut off, and that's the end of the run. So Musauer, only in his second time here in Jacksonville in back-to-back years. Well, tonight is not going to be a good night for him, a 7.704. Now the last man standing between Corey Rummel and his second freestyle win of the year is Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. He's sitting on 19 competition wins for the year. If he were able to win this one, it would bring him number 20. It would also be his 3rd freestyle win of the season. He has not won too many. Pretty surprising to see that Ryan Anderson only has 2 freestyle wins here in 2022, but Tyler Menninga has just dominated this competition so far this year on this tour. Ryan Anderson first came here in 2013. He was rocking Son of a Digger in that show. He's been here also in 15 and 16. He didn't come back until 2020 and 2021. Wow! Launched over the racing lane. Now the story tonight has been everyone flipping over early, so if Ryan Anderson can kind of get through this run without having that happen to him, well, it could be a win for him tonight. But Corey Rummel is hoping that it'll be his night to win it. Ryan Anderson has plenty of success here in the past. In his first ever show here in Jacksonville in 2013, he won racing. Came back and won racing again in 2015. Won racing here again tonight. He also won racing last year in both shows. So he is quite the fan of racing here in Jacksonville. And those stats that I'm getting there are from Real Monster Hub on Instagram. Flying to the center of the track off of that ramp that's, I think, new this week that they put in there. That has gotten a lot of vertical leaps. Boy, am I here for it. I think he's going for the mini flip. He's got a lot of speed building up to it, but he's going for it anyway. Can he land it? Oh, no. Oh, yes, got him out of it. Saved the truck, and he's going to keep on going. He is not going to be a victim of backflip failure today. And now just launching it, he knows all he has to do is just be Ryan Anderson. Drive this truck till it don't drive no more. And you better believe it. Yes, a classical Ryan Anderson yeeting it on top of the pad. And that is it. A classic Ryan Anderson freestyle. And boy, has he been waiting for that one all year long. Only his 3rd freestyle win of the year right there as he grabs it with a 9.593. And I'm sure that one felt real sweet. It has been a while since Ryan Anderson has won freestyle. He hasn't won freestyle since the 5th Anaheim show. It has been quite some time, and you know Ryan Anderson just felt so good about that run. He takes home freestyle tonight. He also takes home the overall event championship after winning racing too. I'm sorry, no, Tyler Menninga grabbed the overall event championship. My apologies, I did that math wrong. So Gravedigger wins the overall, but Ryan Anderson wins more competitions. That is his 20th competition win of the year as well. So the first man to reach that mark here in 2022. And he, I'm sure, is fired up about it. What a show here in Jacksonville. Let's take a look at the upcoming commentaries. So we are going to take a week off next week. As you see, we don't have any shows at the stadium level next week. And boy, I really need the week to just kind of decompress. It's been One hell of a first quarter so far this year. We have had so many shows. It has been absolutely jam-packed. I've loved it, but man, I am really looking forward to a nice week off to just focus on my school stuff, and then we'll be right back with Seattle on April 9th. That'll be the first of one show that weekend at Lumen Field for Stadium Tour Red. The first time we're back with Stadium Tour Red after about a month, so I cannot wait to get back to that tour. Then we go to Atlanta Speedway and Indianapolis in the same weekend. That is going to be a very busy weekend. We've got 4 shows in one weekend, the first time we've had that in a little while. And then we've got Syracuse, Philadelphia, and East Rutherford, typical shows that are in the second half of the Monster Jam season after the World Finals. But this year, they're lumped into Points Tour competition, and I can't wait for it to get to those ones. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good one, everybody.